there are a lot of differences between ASL and English. And one of the big differences between ASL and English is articles and prepositions. So first, I just want to say if this feels like an English class, don't panic. Studies show that the better you know your native language, the better you are at learning a new one. So you're welcome. We are going to talk now about one big difference between English and ASL. Like I said, articles and prepositions. Okay, so articles are words that go before a noun to indicate if the noun is referring to something specific or not. All right. So indefinite articles in English are a or an, and the definite article the. So the dog is black indicates a specific dog. A dog is black indicates a dog somewhere. But and we're really used to that in English, right? We might even say the dog or a dog, you know, depending on what we're talking about. So that's something that we just, I don't know, expect in a language and take for granted. But believe it or not all languages have articles, and ASL is one of them. So there are no signs for a or or an or the. So just keep that in mind. Don't even worry about that. Throw that out the window. The next difference is prepositions. So prepositions are function words that express relation to another word. Okay. Sometimes it's specific and sometimes it's not. But examples from English would be the book is on the desk. I am going to the store. We are from Colorado. All those express relations between one word and another word, right? Now I'm going to tell you about my relationship to Colorado. Well, we are from Colorado. That explains the relationship between the two. I am going to the store. That explains the relationship between me and the store. I am going to physically put myself there. I'm going to it. Okay. So prepositions are, they're used in English and they're used in ASL, but prepositions are not used as heavily in ASL as they are in English because, well, there's two reasons, and I'll tell you that in just a minute. So just keep in mind that prepositions, well, not being used as heavily in ASL, remember to tell this to yourself. Only use prepositions in ASL if they are necessary information. Okay, if they provide necessary information, you have to use a preposition, then do. But they're not always required because of these two things that I'll tell you. One is that many signs assume a preposition. All right, so for example, in ASL, you would not sign, I am going to the store, because the sign go assumes that, right? I'm here, I'm going to go there. So the sign shows you already that I'm going to the store. All right. So you don't ever sign, I go to the store. You just say, I go store. Or you might even think of it as, I go to the store. Okay. To is kind of part of the sign go already. a difference then there would be if your teacher wants you to read a book from page 6 to page 16, then you might want to add the sign for to. You start at page 6, you go to page 16. In that case, the sign to shows starting in one place and then going until another place. You go to or until you reach this other point. So in that case, it makes sense to sign the preposition to, whereas go to the store, you don't need it. All right. The other example is that some signs in ASL are directional, meaning they move you from one place to another. Okay. So one example would be give. So the sign for give is this, give. But if I give something to you, I go straight to you. That sign moves to you. If you give it to me, it comes this way. I can give it to him, he can give it to her. And because that sign moves, you don't need to. It's kind of like go, where it's already implied. I'm giving it, you can see to in my action, right? You can see it moving toward you. So you can already tell I'm giving it to you. So let's see. That's another example of where you don't need the preposition because it's already part of the sign. All right. So the moral of this preposition story is you may use some prepositions in ASL sometimes, but you will only use them if they are absolutely necessary. And that's prepositions and articles in ASL.